for a long time. You don't get tired of it.
It's a big genre. It's an ocean.
We're just into the genre of crazy music, so that could be anything from any time. You know.
Cramps' style has that ground of rockabilly, and I wondered why over the years you've kept that as a sort of the staple to start from.
Because it's the coolest. It's just the best thing there is.
It's the center of the universe, the heart of rock and roll, you know.
In the new bio, because you have so many now, it mentioned that you said it was like the dangerous music of the 50s. And when people think of the 50s, they don't think of danger in the music, as much as they have over the years, I don't think. But you think back, it was a dangerous
It was
time.
really dangerous. I've talked to people that remember the first time they heard Little Richard, and they said it just scared them when they heard it. You know, the older people that were young at the time, they said it was just terrifying to them, the sound of that. And these people, yeah, had tough lives, a lot of the better entertainers of that era.
They also mixed a lot of sexual innuendos in the songs.
They sure
back then.
did.
The same as you do
Yeah.
today. You don't actually come out and say something, it's always sort of hinted at, which is kind of a...
Well, yeah, like
way of
Tutti
doing
Frutti,
things.
you know, Little Richard was also known as Miss Laverne, you know, and did drag shows and the same thing. And Tutti Frutti, the hit version, is just a cleaned up version of some party song he did in bars.
I
I'm
think
not sure what it's about.
it's much better to leave a little to the imagination. It's more surrealistic that way, you know. Leave something for people to visualize.
You ever turn your brains out? We're in the middle of it, yeah.
What little we have left, we're going to tour them out.
Okay. And what could we expect in the Cramps show?
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be wild. It's going to be the best.
Lots of unexpectedness.
Yeah? Like surprises or?
But we never know what to expect.
When you look out, you know, at the sea of your audience that has come there, do you think they're always coming to you for the same reasons that you're making the music, or are they sometimes getting something different?
They're getting something different, some of them.
I think our fans come to see us for a wide variety of reasons, because some of them, they come and they think that we're a parody band, which I never could figure out, and so they're happy because they're entertained because they think it's funny and stuff. Other people think it's very serious, and they're happy for that reason. You know, so.
We think we're a classic blues band. That's what we think we are, but people laugh when we say that, but we're sincere.
You've been together almost 20 years now as a band? Is that sort of close to say? Not to date everybody here, because I remember when you got together.
Like Sweet 16 or something thereabouts.
What is it that's kept you together for so long as a band? When a lot of bands have a hard time getting through 5 years, let alone...
I think it's because we formed this band because we love this kind of music, and when you start out that way, as opposed to starting out with no love of music because you want to have a career and be a success, that's fine too, but if you start out because you love music and you love to make songs, then you're a success already. All you have to do is keep doing that, you know, somehow, you know. Some of the best bands I think you'll never hear of because they're people that have jobs and they write great songs, but they never get to a place where they can make records or find a record company or something. But they still make great songs. And some of the worst bands you hear are ones that are doing it because it's a business. And
this sounds like a hit, so I wrote it that way.
Yeah, we're lucky that there's the two of us, because I think we keep each other from wiping out. So.
We have to make some serious fashion statements here. Tell me about the fashion philosophy of the Cramps.
Look at those shoes.
Sharp, pointy, tall. These are training shoes. We're training him to walk in higher heels. He'll graduate to higher and higher ones.
My wheels fell off.
Ballet too.
You shop at some very famous stores, though, don't you? Where do you frequent?
Famous stores?
Yeah, like the best places to shop.
They're actually pretty obscure.
What are they?
These are the Tall Girl Shoe Store, where because he's a tall girl.
Yeah, it's usually just
short men in there, but it's called the Tall Girl Shoe Store. We like to buy clothes in a lot of bondage shops. And especially in England, there's a lot of great bondage shops.
Yeah.
Prefer rubber and plastic
Skin tint.
in clothes, usually.
I got to ask about this material, because last time you came to town, I saw you were wearing it, and now you got the whole band wearing it.
Yeah,
Sounds
what
good,
is
doesn't
it?
What is
PVC.
it?
Feels good,
This
sounds
is PVC,
good.
okay.
I like is it in Germany or Holland, they call it gummy, G-U-M-M-I. I mean, it's like latex in this gummy you wear. It's kind of funny, and it's a good noise. And yeah, the whole band has gotten to dig it now.
We don't always wear this kind of stuff, though. Sometimes we wear rubber.
What is it about the Cramps that instills such, I don't know,
Well, we're a true rock and roll band, which is more than just a musical group. We kind of stand for something. We represent our fans and say the things that we think they'd want us to say. And
like what?
so it's a little bit we're you know, diplomats in a foreign land or something. It's a foreign planet. You know.
Now, I understand that you guys are not too thrilled that rock and roll is turning so goody-goody these days with Let's Save the Environment I mean that it's not so much the voice of the youth, it's more like a voice of maybe establishment.
Yeah.
It's become respectable, and that's where the death of rock and roll is, in respectability. It should be music for misfits, it should be dangerous. I mean, I'm sure those causes are all good causes, but that's not the place of rock and roll. The purpose of rock and roll is instant gratification.
Yeah, it's like all these things, all these aid benefits and everything like that. It's like having a knife fight for the good of humanity or something. It doesn't make sense, you know. Rock and roll is juvenile delinquent music, you know, or else it's not rock and roll. It's just pop music. Rock and roll rears its ugly head as every time it gets really boring and everybody gets really apathetic, the youth sticks its head out and says, you know, well, we can't wait for record companies to do something. We can't wait for disc jockeys to do something. We got to do it ourselves. And they find a bar someplace and something starts happening. You know.
So that we're on the verge of a new explosion?
Well, I hope so. I mean, it sure seems like it to me. We've been through the 80s and nothing really seemed much happen rock and roll-wise. And I hear a lot of people talking now, you know, kind of saying, you know, wow, 10 years went by and nothing happened, you know, maybe we better make something happen.
The 80s were really depressing. There was no rock and roll, and maybe people are desperate. You know, right now it's, well, I don't know about Canada, but in America it's sort of the ultimate hysteria peak for, you know, anti-drugs, anti-sex, anti-everything. You know, I think there's needs to be a big backlash that's just going to cause an explosion, and we'll be there.